Hello, my friend. It is your brother Hampton from Hybrid Calisthenics. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Hampton, where I sit down, drink coffee, and share some thoughts with you and just have a really good time. By the way, if you're ever wondering what's in front of me, where I put my coffee, do I have a script, am I reading from notes? This is it. It's just a small table. I don't have a script. I don't really have notes. Almost everything is improvised. My phone is just here in case anybody needs to contact me in case of emergency. My cup is almost never empty. It's almost always black coffee. So I really enjoy these videos, and I think we're at a sweet spot during the year where it's warm and I can wear light clothing and enjoy the sun, but it's not so warm that all the bugs realize it yet, because soon during the summer, this place will be full of mosquitoes. I might still film here, but I'll just be very itchy afterwards. Today I want to touch upon this somewhat new agey idea of spreading good vibes. This idea that certain people, certain media that we consume has good vibes and we enjoy it. It makes us feel relaxed, makes us feel calm. Sometimes we feel like whatever we're consuming, whatever we're watching, has a similar energy to us, a similar frequency, and we're drawn to that, just having good vibes. Now, like I said, it's a pretty new agey term, the idea of good vibes, and the term, like, we vibe with something. In fact, a lot of people older than, say, 40 might have clicked on this, and rolled their eyes, but like, well, what is this? I would just compare it to spreading positivity, or spreading good energy. That idea's probably been around for a while, but definitely spreading positivity, because there's a lot of negativity in the world right now. I feel like a lot of people realize there's a lot of negative news, a lot of bad stuff that's going on. So sometimes we want to spread good stuff, good vibes, and spread positivity. So here are my thoughts on that. You may have noticed that when you talk to certain people, you often leave feeling a certain way. The vibe and the energy that we give off, the way that we are, seems to rub off on other people. When you talk to some people, and just the way they are, even if they're a good friend, and you often leave feeling stressed or anxious or even angry, or even if they didn't directly make you angry, you walk away or you drive away and you're like, I just don't feel good. I feel a little bit unpleasant. I found that that's often the way those people are. If they're stressed, if they're anxious, if they're angry, the way they talk, the things they talk about, and just the way they exude their energy can often rub off on us. Conversely, some people leave us feeling happy. Some people, just by the nature of how they are, how they were raised, the content they consume, the books they read, the videos they watch, are just like happy, chipper people. And when we talk to them, we often seek these people out because if we're having a bad day, they often make us feel uplifted. I feel like this is why a lot of people like puppies. Puppies have naturally good vibes, usually. You give a puppy a leaf and they're like, oh my gosh, this is the best day of my life. During these videos, I tend to share a lot of my personal experiences, and this is just something that I noticed early on in my life while I was growing up. While I was growing up, my family owned a small restaurant, and we built a small community there of family and friends, and they would come over every night and we would chat, and it was usually a great time. These were our favorite people in the world. But every once in a while, there just was a day when it was a little bit slower. One of our friends may be having an issue and we'd sympathize with them, and people just weren't having that great of a day. So there are some days when people were a little bit upset, not necessarily at each other, sometimes at each other, but not necessarily at each other. And everyone was they weren't super happy. And because it was a restaurant, we would have a continuous stream of customers, and every once in a while people would come in, a friend later on, as they got off work, and if we didn't have a good day, sorry, that's my phone. If we didn't have a good day, sometimes this person would have a great day and they would come in and everyone's a little bit down. It's like, hey, how's it going? And the person's like, it's going great. It's going great. Life's awesome. How are you guys? And I noticed that more often than not, this would bring everyone else up too, even if we weren't doing that great, because this one person was feeling good and they were spreading their positive energy and they were happy. We would often just subconsciously try to match their energy. We would say, hey, I'm doing pretty good too. I have all my fingers and toes. How are you, my friend? And because one person was doing better and he thought to spread that to other people, everyone else did too, and so on and so forth. And there's this ripple effect. And I noticed this from a young age, and I was like, I want to be like that. Now, before we go on, I just want to clarify and say that I'm not saying that you have to fake your own image, that even if you're upset, even if you're stressed today, even if you're feeling anxious, that you have to put on a happy image just for the sake of other people. Some people like that. Some people like that. It makes them feel better when they're feeling stressed and they bring positivity to other people. It makes them feel better. I'm one of those people, but not everyone does. Not everyone wants to do that. I'm not saying you have to do that. If you're upset, if you're sad, sometimes it's okay to be sad. And if you want to be alone, sometimes that's okay. Obviously, a lot of people in the world are stressed. I feel stressed too. Just about everyone does. How I deal with stress and how I try to overcome it when it feels overwhelming can be a topic for a future video. Let me know in the comments how you deal with stress. So that brings up the question, if we don't want to fake it till we make it, so to speak, and pretend we're happy even when we're not, how do we spread positivity even when we're feeling a lot of negativity inside? How do we spread kindness when a lot of unkind things are being done to us? Well, the answer, in my opinion, is in the earlier part of the video. One of the easiest, simplest, most natural ways for us to want to give kindness and positivity to other people is to open ourselves up to receive kindness and positivity first. And we're not taking. Get this. It's an infinite supply. If we're having trouble seeing the positive side of the world and we're struggling to be happy, then it would really help us to hang out and be around happy, positive people and try to spend less time with negative, unhappy people. Now, sometimes these negative people are our close family and friends. It could be our mom and dad, it could be our best friend, our spouse, our friend group, our sibling. I'm not saying, let me be very clear. I'm not saying to abandon your friends and family if they're not the vibes that you want them to be. But I am saying that it's much harder to spread positivity when you spend all your time in a pool of negativity. If you have an unlit torch and everyone around you has unlit torches, it's going to be hard to find the fire and the fuel to go on. But pretend this is a torch. If you go out among positive people and hang around people with good energy and good vibes, people who motivate you and encourage you, then you have some light and you can go back and you can spread it to people that you care about. Like I said, it's an infinite supply. Metaphorically, good energy is an infinite supply. My phone battery will obviously run out pretty soon. Pretty soon, actually. And finally, what then, some people may ask, should you do if there are no positive people around you? If you're stuck in a house and everyone around you is very negative, everyone brings you down, everyone makes you upset, what should you do? Well, my good friend, this is one of the benefits of the internet. A lot of people talk about the downsides of the internet and social media and everything else. A very good side, in my opinion, is that we are now able to consume content from other people. We're able to watch videos that very positive people make. It doesn't have to be my own. There's a lot of people out there, David Goggins, Gary Vaynerchuk, whoever inspires you, watch their content, read their articles, read their books. If it inspires you and moves you forward, surround yourself with that. If possible, find people in real life. I'm not saying that the internet and videos should replace human interaction. I'm not saying they can replace human interaction. But we now have the opportunity to connect with more people and choose the media that we consume. And when we connect with positive people, and when we consume positive media, and we surround ourselves with positivity, then we have the option to go back to our family and friends and loved ones and spread the positivity and spread those good vibes. Well, that's all I have for now. I hope that makes sense. It's a very simple concept, but it's really helped me a lot. Go out and spread some positivity and have a beautiful day.